Hi, my name is Deanna Dawson, and for my interview reflection, I decided to interview Caitlin Byer, who is a child life manager and certified child life specialist at Endeavor Health in Evanston, Illinois. The first question I asked her was her job title and degree and any additional certifications. So she's a child life manager and certified child life specialist. She has a bachelor's degree in child life and completed a child life internship before becoming certified. She's also trained in grief counseling and bereavement support through continuing education and professional development. The next thing I asked her was to describe her job duties. So she said, as a child life manager, I oversee the child life program while also providing direct support to pediatric patients and their families. My responsibilities include helping children cope with hospitalization, surgery, procedures, illness, trauma, and grief through preparation, play, education, and emotional support. She supervises child life staff, collaborates with physicians, nurses, and other healthcare professionals, develops new programs, oversees volunteers, and works on grants and community partnerships to expand services for patients and their families. Next, I asked her, describe what you find fulfilling about your career. This is what she said. The most fulfilling part of my career is helping children and families feel less afraid during some of the most hardest moments of their lives, whether it's supporting a child through a difficult procedure, helping siblings after a loss, or creating meaningful memories for a grieving family. Knowing that I can make a frightening experience a little more meaningful is incredibly rewarding. I also enjoy mentoring new child life specialists and growing programs that improve pediatric care. The next question I asked her is, describe what you find challenging about your career. This is what she said. One of the biggest challenges is supporting families through serious illness, trauma, and the death of a child. These situations are emotionally difficult and require balancing compassion with professionalism. Another challenge is advocating for child life services and ensuring that healthcare teams understand the value of emotional safety and psychosocial care, especially when resources are limited. The fifth question I asked her was, what do you do to continue professional growth in the field? She said this: I regularly attend child life conferences, complete continuing education courses, stay current with research and best practices, participate in professional organizations, and collaborate with colleagues across different hospitals. I also seek leadership development opportunities and continue learning about grief, trauma-informed care, and innovative ways to support pediatric patients. Last but not least, I asked her any recommendations for a student pursuing work in this field. This is what she said. My biggest recommendation is to gain as much experience as possible working with children through volunteering, internships, camps, schools, or hospitals. Developing strong communication skills, be open to learning from every family and healthcare professional you meet, and remember that empathy, flexibility, and teamwork are just as important as clinical knowledge. Child life is a challenging career, but if you are passionate about supporting children and families, it is one of the most meaningful professions you can choose. I do not plan to be a child life specialist like Caitlin, but I do want to be a medical social worker in a pediatric inpatient setting, so I thought it'd be cool to learn from her. I think really the biggest thing I learned from this here is that the most rewarding careers are often the most challenging. I know her personally, and I've heard her speak about how rough it is to support a child through trauma, illness, support a parent through losing their child, but that you get to see the joy and smiles on kids' faces when they go through a procedure and it went well, or a parent's face when their child heals and gets out of the hospital. I think that's an experience I look forward to as a pediatric medical social worker, knowing that it'll be really tough, and the days will be long and hard and difficult, but that at the end of the day, it's rewarding and you get to help so many people. And I think the last thing I took from this is just how much she focuses on training, and and developing more and learning more about the field as it progresses. I know her personally. She's so knowledgeable about grief and bereavement. She takes courses, she goes to conferences, and she's constantly learning more about the field, even though she's so far into it. And I think that's a good thing I can take with me, whatever field I end up in, whether it's social work or otherwise, that I never know everything. I will never know everything. But always having that goal and aspiration and ambition to want to learn more and to learn more about the research and best practices that are coming out and new innovations and these sorts of things so that I can do the best for my patients and their families. Thank you.